Alright, listen up, fellow otakus. 2024 has arrived, and let me tell you, this year is packed with some of the most epic, heart-pounding, plot-twisting anime you've ever seen. Let's dive into the top 10 anime to watch of this year. Number 10. I Parry Everything. Following the death of his mother, young Noor decides to become an adventurer. At the royal capital, the guildmaster informs him he must attend training school first. After several months, Noor fails every class as he cannot learn basic skills except a basic skill to parry opponents' attacks with a sword. But this is not enough for the guildmaster to hire him. Noor returns home and decides to master parrying. After 10 years, Noor, now a young man, can parry 1,000 swords a second and returns to the guild. Taking pity on him, the master hires him as a lowly F rank. He's not allowed to go on real quests, but can earn money doing manual labor around the city. One day, while working near a cave, he hears a cry for help inside and finds noble Lady Lin and her guards being attacked by a minotaur. With most of the guards dead, Noor defends her using only his parry skill. Eventually, his sword breaks, but his last desperate parry not only disarms the minotaur, it is beheaded with its own axe. Lin attempts to thank him, but he leaves without revealing his name, embarrassed at how difficult the fight was and determined to train even harder. Number 9. Kaiju No 8. Kafka Hibino works as a cleaner disposing the carcasses of Philinosoma and other kaijus after they have been eliminated by the Anti-Kaiju Defense Force, a military organization that protects Japan from kaiju. Initially wanting to be part of the defense force, Kafka gave up after failing to pass the exam before he got too old, but finds out the Defense Force has recently raised the recruitment age to 32, making him eligible again. At work, Kafka and his new co-worker and aspiring Defense Force member, Rino Ichikawa, are attacked by a Trichonophila yoju, a type of smaller kaiju that accompany larger ones named honjus. After holding the yoju off, the duo are saved by the Defense Force's 3rd Division led by Captain Mina Ashiro, Kafka's childhood friend with whom he made a promise to fight kaiju together. Later in a hospital, at the encouragement of Rino, Kafka decides to try to join the Defense Force one last time. However, Kafka is attacked by a parasitic kaiju that enters his body through his mouth and turns him into a human kaiju hybrid. A patient reports Kafka's position, forcing him and Rino to flee. In a post-credits scene, Mina is called to gather her squad and eliminate the kaiju reported to be at the hospital. Number 8. Why does nobody remember me in this world? The hero Sid once led humanity to victory against the demons, celestials, which include angels, elves, dwarves, and fairies, spirits, and magical beasts, which include dragons. In the present, the soldier Kai and his comrades Ashran and Saki regularly inspect a monolith that seals the demons away. Kai is the only one who takes this job seriously because he once fell into the demon realm as a child, though no one believed him. Kai goes on a date with fellow soldier Jean. As they talk, reality suddenly distorts, and Kai finds himself in a ruined city and attacked by 2 demons. He kills one and is rescued from the other by Ashran and Saki, who take him to an underground shelter. He is hurt and confused when neither they nor Jean recognize him. They have never heard of Sid and explain humanity was defeated in the war, so they formed the last human resistance. Realizing the monolith is still there, Kai enters it and finds Sid's holy sword. He is transported to another area and finds a girl in chains with angelic and demonic wings, who begs him to free her. Number 7. Tower of God. Stuck on the 20th floor of the tower, Jia Wang-nan fails to pass its tests over and over again to the point he holds a massive debt of points to even continue taking tests. Has he given up? Behind this concentration holds the events all surrounding a mysterious yet incredibly powerful young regular known as Ju Viole Grace. Number 6. Wistoria. Wand and Sword. At Regarden Magical Academy, Will Surfort, an honors student in his 6th and final year who is very knowledgeable in magic despite being unable to use magic himself, is called out by Professor Edward Serfens to use magic and after failing to do so, Edward emphasizes that magic is absolute supremacy. After class, Will is approached by Cyan Ulster, an arrogant classmate hailing from a prestigious noble family, and bullies him to remind him that he will never become a Magiavander, a title for the most powerful wizards, before Will's friend Colette Loire comes to his defense. Will recalls his promise he made to his childhood friend, who became the youngest Magiavander in history, that serves as his reason for attending magic school. Will sees his advisor, Professor Werkner Norgam, after another dungeon raid, and Werkner tries to convince him to give up since graduating without any spellwork credits is practically impossible. Needing 4 credits in 2 days to avoid flunking out, he sets out to the 6th floor of the dungeon to fight a Baskerville. Cyan overhears their conversation and heads to the 6th floor himself to defeat the Baskerville before Will has a chance to ensure his expulsion, but encounters a Sentinel, a 10-credit monster normally found in deeper floors. Cyan is powerless against the Sentinel, but Will arrives and uses his master swordsmanship to easily defeat the monster to earn 10 credits and meet the quota required to stay in school. Number 5. Solo leveling. A fleet of warships surround a small island. They don't bother firing conventional weapons. The crew knows they would have no effect on the monsters on the island. Instead, it's a fight for the hunters to handle. Men and women bearing swords, shields, daggers, and magic bravely face off against gigantic ants. But the low-rank hunters are overwhelmed by the attacking monsters. All hope seems lost until a hooded man leaps into the fray. He heals one of the badly hurt hunters as his 2 allies take care of the remaining beasts. The 3 heroes are S-rank hunters, the most powerful, and they let loose with confidence. Sung Jin-woo is one of the E-rank hunters. He arrives at his latest job, a raid in a low-ranking dungeon with several other hunters. Sung has a reputation for being the weakest hunter of all mankind. He's not disliked, but seeing him called in for a job means that the raid will be an easygoing one. Number 4. The wrong way to use healing magic. Ken Usato, along with his 2 newfound friends from their school's student council, Suzune Inukami and Kazuki Ryusen, are transported to another world via a summoning circle. While Usato and Kazuki are stunned, Inukami is thoroughly excited. The Kingdom of Linger summoned them using forbidden magic to serve as heroes. A demon lord has been attacking Linger for several years, and the trio of high school students is their solution. While the demon lord's forces and power grow, the kingdoms diminish. With no way to return to their own world, they reluctantly agree to comply. However, while it seems Usato was summoned accidentally, he possesses extremely rare healing magic. The Linger officials seem terrified about Usato's affinity, and it's soon revealed why. Rose, who is a healer herself and will no doubt want him on her team if she finds out about his magic, is eccentric and a brutal trainer. Rose abducts Usato in order to train him to become a full-fledged healer and introduces him to her equally eccentric team. Number 3. Mission Yozakura Family. After losing his family, all Taiyo Asano had left was his childhood friend Mutsumi Yozakura. One day while in class, Taiyo is summoned by Vice Principal Hirokawa, who tries to murder him. Taiyo is suddenly rescued by Mutsumi and 5 other people. It is then revealed Mutsumi is the secret head of the Yozakura family, the world's greatest spy family. The 5 people are her siblings, and Mr. Hirokawa is actually the 6th and eldest sibling Kyoichiro, the best spy in the world. Due to a childhood incident where he nearly killed Mutsumi, Kyoichiro became obsessed with her safety and has classified Taiyo as a danger. As Kyoichiro is too powerful, the siblings insist Taiyo must marry Mutsumi, making him off-limits as a murder target. Kyoichiro arrives boasting of his goal to completely isolate Mutsumi in the Yozakura house forever. Unable to stand Kyoichiro's selfishness, Taiyo agrees to marry Mutsumi, who throws him a Yozakura crest wedding ring. Kyoichiro tries to stop them with his weapon Steel Spider, steel threads that cut through anything. While it almost severs his fingers, Taiyo successfully puts on the ring and becomes Mitsumi's husband. Number 3. Fairy Tale. A girl named Tuka joins the Fairy Tale Wizard Guild to pursue her affections for Natsu Dragneel, who is away with his team on the 100 Years Quest, a mission that has remained unfinished by any guild for over a century. Natsu's team arrives on the continent of Giltina to meet their client, the dragon Elefseria, a formerly human dragon slayer and founder of the world's first wizard guild. Elefseria reveals that the quest involves sealing the 5 god dragons, a group of surviving dragons that are each as powerful as Acnologia. He sends the team to the port town of Ermina, where the water god dragon, Merkphobia, is worshipped. The team's arrival is witnessed by a horned man whose companion addresses him as the water god. Number 1. Delicious in Dungeon. After encountering a legendary red dragon in a dungeon, the adventurer Laios Tudin and his party are almost killed until his sister Fallon is swallowed by the dragon. Her last act is to teleport everyone safely out of the dungeon. Laios hopes to retrieve Fallon so she can be resurrected, but this must happen before she is fully digested, or she will be dead permanently. Unfortunately, 2 party members quit, leaving only elven mage Marcil Donato, halfling thief Chilchuck Timms, and no money. Since they need their equipment to survive and cannot sell it to buy food, Laios makes the radical suggestion to hunt and eat dungeon monsters. After spending some time convincing Marcil, they agree to try it. Their initial attempt to cook a monster scorpion is disgusting, but does draw the attention of dwarf warrior Senshi, a veteran of monster cookery. With his assistance, they produce a scorpion and mushroom hot pot even the reluctant Marcil finds delicious. Well, folks, that's a wrap on today's anime adventure. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to hit that like button like it's a giant mech in a battle royale, and subscribe so you can join our ever-growing squad of fellow otakus. Thank you for watching and have a good day.